It would be help if I turn that on. Here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It would be help if I turn that on. Come on. We lit, we lit. Kumbaya. Oh shit. Come on, come on. I don't know. Hypothetically, you tell me what if? What if there was a fourth hole? Uh, Akumbaye. Come on, man. Come on, come on. We lit. Don't think I forgot. I didn't forget about the podcast, man. Oh, I've just been working, trying to make it better, trying to figure out ways to make it better. Been doing some research, make it more my own. Uh, and yeah, we gonna really do this, man. I'm gonna do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I want to make Monday my philosophy kind of. That's more your strict talk. Wednesday, I want those to be interviews with people, in person or through Zoom or other ways. And then Friday, Friday gonna be a mess around day, man. We can watch some funny videos. We can we can do whatever, bro. We can catch up on whatever this drama shit people be on. But yeah, stay relevant, stay up, and teach still. You know, teach, teach each other. That's the goal of this, man. That's the goal. First time chat. What if, man? Well, what if? You tell me. Shit. Come on. Yes, sir. Yo, let's get a song going, though, man. Come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. I need a song. I need a song, people. Someone give me some. Alright, let's go music. Yo, I'm gonna play the first song that comes on, bro. Hell no. Dude, I don't even listen to this shit. Oh. Yo, I was trying to. Dude, what's that one song by Kanye, man? The Kumbaya. They tried to take up all my billionaire, but you can't stop a fucking God. I was like, bro, this man just calls himself a God. This is absurd. This is absurd. Yo, but it was so hot, bro. That song was hot. Come on, come on. Yeah, so if anybody can tell me what that song is, man, that's gonna be sick. Come on, come on. Let's get some people in this bitch, bro. I got you. Here we going. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something. Come on. Come on, come on. Y'all with me. Y'all with me. We out here. We out here. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, you know about the what's up? What's up? What's up? What we trying to watch, man? Oh, we got Fresh and Fit back on YouTube. Yo, this motherfucker is so funny though. Let's start this out with this, man. Time out. Come on. Yo, let me get that out here. Come on. Oof. Move that over. There we go. Come on.
I have a genius IQ. I'm 6'4". I'm a lean, mean killing machine.
We should hire you.
Duh.
Unfortunately, we only hire from Harvard. And you not only did not go to Harvard Law School, you haven't even gone to any law school.
I don't need a degree.
I'd say you're full of crap.
I'd rather have real experience and money in my pocket and learn the hard way than go to some school and sit around and drink alcohol and do drugs like all these other university graduates are. I'll work for free for 1 week, and if you don't think I'm good, don't give me the job. Try me, dickhead.
Yeah.
Civil liability associated with agency is based on several
My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor.
How did you know that?
I'm a genius. I'm a genius.
Sir,
I'm a genius.
You gotta be a
Okay,
genius.
This isn't elementary school. This is hard work. Long hours, high pressure. I need a grown goddamn man.
I'm 6'3".
Move over. I'm emailing the firm I just found our next associate.
This is where you'll live. And you haven't taken one note. You were too busy ogling me to listen to a word I've said.
Megan, you are a promiscuous female.
Yo, someone get
I'm very displeased with the fact that the Prince of England is marrying an old divorcee.
Yo, shout out to
he can be the
Newsmaster,
prince, and he can
man.
still be a complete pussy. And here we are. This is the world we live in now. All the men are bitches, except for me. I'm the only man left who doesn't take shit from these hoes. That's why they're lining up.
You know what nobody likes? Nobody likes to show off.
Fuck you, ho. You ain't gonna do shit but suck dick and cook.
Yes. Yo, okay.
What the fuck is this?
That's my suit guy. Go in, tell him I sent you, and spend some money.
Yeah, I'm wearing a t-shirt, motherfucker. I don't need your t-shirt.
People respond to how we're dressed, so like it or not, this is what you have to do.
Nah, it's fine, bro.
You're a reflection of me, and I absolutely care about me. So get your skinny tie out of my face and get to work.
That's a little harsh.
Just a little harsh. Just a little
Really?
bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I haven't been charmed by Tate.
Come on.
But it's just so patronizing when you say that he can handle those things and Louis, you can only handle this. Why?
Because I'm a cheater and I'm a liar.
It's 9:30. Nice of you to show up 2 hours after we open for business. I see that you're also trying to look like a pimp.
When you're pimping bitches like me,
Yes, sir.
it's a full-time job.
Full
Jessica,
time.
I deserve that promotion. My billables destroy his.
You're poor. Interesting.
Shut up.
You're bored.
Louis, this is how it is.
I will take your girl.
I'm sorry, what?
The 2011 Tesla Roadster Sport, offered only to our most exclusive members.
You know your vehicles. I promise to have her back before she turns into a Pontiac.
Teslas are shit. I'll drag you from your Tesla by your neck in front of your bitch, and you won't do
It
nothing.
goes against my policy.
They're for fucking homos. I don't like electric
Tell you
cars.
what,
The homos.
Shut up. My cars are loud. They burn ancient dinosaurs. Who the fuck cares about Teslas?
I'm an enthusiast.
There's something wrong with you. Shut up. I don't care.
Look, it's nothing personal. You're fired.
Fired, man. Nah, he makes great videos, man. That was actually perfect timing. Y'all, I just wanted to put those up on, get some peeps. See what we can do up in here. Nope. I don't want that. Nope. I don't want that there. I want that there. Over there. Hold up. Oh no. There. Hold up. Oh no. Oh. All right, baby. All right, let's talk about some business. Let's talk about some shit, man. Let's talk about anything. Absolutely anything. Get rid of this. Make me bigger. There we go. Come on. Come on. We lit. We lit. We gonna get better today. We gonna get better every single day. Hope everybody was getting better while I was gone. You know, doing research, figuring out where I want to be, figuring out how I want to do this, trying to develop the channel more. I'm on all platforms. I'm trying to put all these on YouTube as well. So if you can't catch it here, it is on YouTube. And then I post clips, Instagram, TikTok, the Pivotal View. Instagram and TikTok are pivotal.view, I believe. Yeah, those are some plugs. I should probably put them somewhere on here, but I haven't. But next stream I will have that up there. But yeah, today I really want to start this whole thing off with a quote. It's a quote when I was talking with my buddy, man, and it really resonated with me, you know. And it was something I made up. Well, I made up, but it's something that I believe and that I see to be true in my life, and it's really why I don't get into like cryptocurrencies and like stocks and all that. Stocks are a little more practicable, but the coins and also like forex trading, right? I mean, it's a huge market. Don't get me wrong; they're huge markets. Understood. You know, a lot of money. I get it, but you know, I'd rather get into like real estate or something of that sort. You know, start my own businesses. You know, I believe that's the way to go, especially if you want to really have a long-term effect and long-term wealth. That's definitely the way you want to go. But it's to gamble is to not believe in ability. Ability is what defines a man. To leave such thing to chance is to neglect the growth of ability. And basically, what I'm saying here is, we'll just go line by line. Is gambling is to gamble is to not believe in ability. So if you rather gamble, you rather take stuff for chance, then you don't want to believe in your own ability to get things done. To okay, hey, I gotta do this, and if it doesn't work, I can bounce back from that. You don't believe in that ability that you have, or maybe you don't have. You know, so maybe rightfully so. And the second part, to leave such things to chance, is to neglect. Or ability is what defines man. That was the next part. My bad. But ability is what defines man. Your ability to get things done. Your ability to make things. Your ability to stop things. Your ability to just your ability. Your ability to bounce back when something bad happens. Your ability to stay calm, right? Your ability is what defines you as a man. And then the last part adds it all together is just to leave such things to chance is to neglect the growth of ability. So if you're always, you know, taking things up for chance and you rather just, you know, throw up videos, you know, oh man, if I throw up these videos, they might get some reaction, you know, that's how I'm going to do it. I just, you know, all my focus is on this chance, just this small percent, you know, not even small, but it could be a bigger percentage, but this percent that it's going to happen. And when you leave it up to chance, you're not working on that ability to. You're not working on that ability to be more cognitive, to understand more, to have that discipline to get shit done when you need to get shit done. And that's when you'll neglect that growth. You'll neglect the growth of ability, because ability is grown in times of trial, right? So if you don't go through anything and you don't put yourself through anything, because say you just bet on games and that's how you make your money, right? Eventually that luck or whatever is going to run out, right? And eventually that won't do it anymore, so then you're stuck going back to your job, going back to your 9 to 5, because you didn't make these, you didn't build your character to a level where you really deserved it. Now chance gave you it, luck gave you it, but if you grow your ability to persevere through a hard time, to have knowledge of understanding how to get through certain situations, that's a lot more beneficial in the long run. And I just want to say that, I thought it was a good quote that I made, and I'm probably it's really what I'm gonna start thinking about when maybe I want to go leave something up to chance. But everything to a certain extent is left up to chance. But I'm talking about more like the coins. Oh, hopefully it goes up. There's nothing really telling you whether it goes up or down. There's nothing you can really do control it in a sense. So yeah. More about what I want to talk about today as well is just being able to. So I have some notes here, but the main discussion I wanted to have today was cognitive dissonance. I found it to be a very like great topic that I think is one of the main problems in the world today. Cognitive dissonance, and that basically is just knowing what you're doing is wrong when you do something wrong. So the example that I found when I was doing my research, that it's very easy, very simple, is that if you go to the store and you're on a diet and you see cookie dough and you go and buy that cookie dough, but you tell yourself, oh, I'll only eat it once in a while. I'll eat it like once a week or at the end of the day. But next thing you know, you're just eating it. You cognitively bought that, understanding that it was the temptation that you shouldn't have in your house. And it's the exact thing that's happening today. Now that's a very minute, it's a minuscule, what's the word, example, my bad, a minuscule example of cognitive dissonance, but I think it affects how the world is today. People can look at evil things, people can look at bad things that are happening and not do anything because it affects them, or even though they know they should do something, and that is cognitive dissonance. And it's really basically putting your feelings over your self-discipline. And when you live in a world that's just meant and based on feelings and meant and based on you thinking that you own the world, you thinking that your view is the most important view in the world, you live a world of selfishness. You live a world that we've created today. When you have, and this especially is for men, because men create the world that we live in, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like that one example when it's like it's like a man provides and the woman multiplies what the man provides. And it's a perfect example. Like, if you have undisciplined men, you're gonna have undisciplined women. It's you can't just base discipline off women, right? Especially moral discipline, right? They're gonna follow what the trend is. So if the trend or something, if men aren't being men aren't making money, then at the end of the day, the women are gonna find the trend or find the path that is gonna make them money to survive, which is totally understandable. But yeah, so, and that's why today's world, they want emotional men. They want us to be emotional, man. They want us just to sit around, be emotional, be lazy, not care about stuff of importance, care about football, Even though we know we should be doing something else, doing something better, right? When you smoke, that's exactly what it does. I believe it takes away that cognitive dissonance when you realizing that you should be doing something better. It kind of makes you comfortable, and that's why everybody says, "Oh, weed isn't that bad of a drug. Weed isn't bad." Blah blah blah. And to each their own, right? I used to smoke. I used to do all that, but to understand that it's keeping you comfortable with where you're at. It's keeping you in a state of, and you should have to deal with those the consequences of not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or learning how to handle that situation or that feeling of not doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you never learn to handle that feeling, you're gonna be a child forever. Dude, I've heard some shit, and I hate to say it, man, but it's a little bit true, man. It was it was just that women will always be like their mind stops developing at a child's age, and they will never grow past that certain point. Not to say that there's not intelligent women, not blah blah blah, but it makes sense because they want to follow. They want to follow, like a woman that hasn't been destroyed, a woman that still has that nurturing, caring aspect to her. She wants to follow. She wants to be led. She doesn't want to make decisions. She wants to be told what to do. She wants to live on that mode, right? But not a lot of men give the women option to live on that mode, and I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have today. But more on a cognitive dissonance. When you're looking at cognitive dissonance in real world examples, you could look at it as the LGBTQ plus, right? So if you're looking at them and the way that they're going, and the way that so you have transgenders, mutilating their body, doing XYZ, go for them, and then you have it being pushed in our school system to younger kids, right? So now you're putting ideas into heads. And these ideas are very harmful. If you look at the stats between suicides and trans, and suicides in people in LGBTQ, and also who is in those groups. Are those people of discipline? Are these people that you would want your child to hang out with? If you were to have a child, do you want your child in that group hanging out with them? Or do those people want to be in that group? That's the thing, is you look at these people, they're always depressed, they're sad, they have no understanding of actual discipline. They do what's on their mind. Most of them do drugs all day. These are all telltale signs that there's a problem in that community, right? Now, is it just because of, I believe it is because of what is being pushed and the ideas that are being pushed and the confusion that it makes in the brain. Because if you have a group and they are being told that you should be XYZ, and then XYZ isn't reality, because there is a base reality, then of course that's going to confuse the brain, right? So now the brain is confused, but then they're trying to be inclusive, right? They're trying to include everybody. They're not trying to be, right, they're trying to not be mean, right? They're trying to be on the good path. But a good path, a good friend or a good person isn't gonna say, if there's a fire and you're about to walk in, the good friend's not gonna be and they know it's hot and you don't know it's hot. They're not gonna be oh yeah, go, yeah, you should go. No, they're gonna be hey, that's hot, you shouldn't do that. Come this way. This is the way that we have to go. But because we want to be so accepting and base everything off our feelings, right? We are cognitively dissonant to the fact that that is bad. We force our brains to say that that's bad because we think that the majority believes in these certain traits or certain aspects of life that are just imaginary, right? And to live in your imagination is to live a malleable life, Malleable means it's easy to provoke. You have no base. When you have no base, it's like the scripture passage. It's very simple and everybody knows it. Is if you build your house on sand, say it's gonna go back into the water if there's a storm. If you build it on rock with a solid base, your house will stand. And that's the same with your body. That's the same with your mind. And these things are very telltale. So me saying this is actually more beneficial to people that are depressed, people with anxiety, people that have these certain aspects that they've been told that they just have, right? So that's a huge reason why I think we really need to start talking about this, like on a global level, on a huge level with your friends. They should understand this. And why we act on emotions is a far deeper question where you have to understand the psychological traits of humans. We have a herd mentality as humans, right? So to act on emotion is to act as everybody else. So if there's a trend, especially with phones that we have now and the internet and everything, your conscience is being told, and kind of all of us live a portion of our reality through our phone, one way or another. I do, you do, it doesn't matter who you are, we all do. And the thing is, it matters what you're seeing. So that's why I do my Instagram feed check, right? So if you have an Instagram feed that's telling you have self-discipline, have understanding of others, have these goals that are here to better the world, not just you, have these traits are very not selfish. They're not very selfish, right? To a certain extent, you have to be selfish in life, but these goals that are being pushed on me, and not just on me, but other people as well, are not very selfish. But then, if you look at the other side, you have a feed of people that are saying, "Oh, you need this and you need that. Oh, you need a me day. Oh, you need a you day. You need this day. You need people need to be more understanding." It's all about other people, right? Like, that person's a bigot. That person's just mean. That person is homophobic, right? There's all these different traits that people will label you as, and that's what they're seeing through their feed, instead of saying, okay, maybe it's on me. And those are the people with no base. These are the people that don't understand how the brain works, how psychology works. These people base things off their feeling. Like, if you got into a conversation with them, they would say that they live in their own reality. It's their reality. And that's a very selfish way to live. To only live in your reality is very dangerous for in a community, in a world aspect. It divides the world, right? And in this also, basing things off emotion, especially with the quick dopamine that we can get from concerts, parties, drugs, like alcohol, TV, like all these ways of quick dopamine, it's very easy to live in a world of emotion, right? And comfortability, right? The comfortability of your house and heat and keeping us away from right? It's all basic stuff that we have. But it all goes into why we act on our emotions now. And to understand that will help you not do it. You have to understand the problem first to be able to fix the problem. So when you're acting on your emotions, those are the reasons why, right? It's because of what you're seeing. It's because of your comfort level. It's because of if you didn't have a choice on what to do, you wouldn't act on your emotion, right? And people say it's a good thing to act on emotion. Is it? When someone kills themselves, honestly think about it. When somebody kills themselves, what do? They act on what? Emotion. Exactly. So if you have somebody acting on emotion and they kill themselves, is that a good thing? You know? No, it's not. And it's because true dopamine, true care, true loving aspects of life and the higher vibration of life comes from helping people. It comes from doing things that are not selfish, things that are giving and caring. That's how humans were developed forever, man. And of course, you had your, you're always gonna have war. You're always gonna be hurting, but man, um, so when it's and this kind of bleeds into the next topic is we act on emotion. This then creates weak men. So that's gonna be the next topic. Oh, I thought I hit that. But yeah, so this bleeds into our next topic, which is why do we acting on emotion will then create emotional men. And emotional men, um, I used to act on my emotions. I'm not gonna lie, very very true. You know what I'm saying? I used to act on my emotions. I used to be very emotional myself. Used to kind of think, like in like how modern people, if we had to classify them, it would be more like left or that kind of side. I used to blue pill if you use modern terms. I used to think like that shit, man. I used to think so selfish. I used to never understand why like shit would happen to me, and then, I'd get all like defensive. I'd get all mad. I'd do this, that. I wasn't. There was no controlling me. I had no control of myself. I had no base. My base was sand. It was going everywhere. It was just blowing with the wind, right? And I was landing in shit. I was like a feather in the wind, and I landed in a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what emotional men are. And men aren't necessarily supposed to be emotional creatures. We're not. We're supposed to be logical thinkers. We're supposed to be people of getting shit done, basically. So we find a goal to reach, and we reach that goal. We find a new goal to reach, we reach that goal. We're supposed to be the gatherers. We're supposed to gather the food. We're supposed to go out and hunt. We're supposed to be come back victorious. My bad. And when you have a society that bases everything off their emotions, and then you have emotional men, then this endangers women most. This doesn't like other men. Yeah, like if you have an emotional man and he does something and he tries to fight you, okay, I can hold my own. Most men can hold their own. Even the like weakest guy can really hold his own, for real. But at the end of the day, like this hurts women most. If you have a emotional man that doesn't know how to base things on logic and doesn't know how to base things like on good and bad, and he does what he feels, this endangers women. Because there are men that are manipulative. Like these men, there are bad men. There's men that will do certain things to women that are unspeakable. But those are the men that are emotional. Those are men that aren't stoic. Those men that act on everything that they feel. And it's like, and this is the world that we as men have let surface. We have the control has been taken out, right? Women are now in control. Women control most things, right? Really, honestly, women control most of the shit with their pussy. It's like, I don't think women understand how addicted, like, really just, like, that is for guys. It's something that people don't really talk about. It's like my background. No one really talks about that. Everybody just talks about, and not just women, but like another aspect of this would be, porn. Porn is a huge aspect in creating weak men, because if you have a bunch of men that don't have to work for anything, but then they still get the quick dopamine, right? That's become an emotional man, a man that cannot control his emotions, because he did not control his emotions to get that. He just, did this most simple thing to get some dopamine, you know. I'm not saying that they didn't do that back in the day, but at the same time, it's more easy to access these days, right? And now we know this brain studies of what the brain looks like for people that do watch it versus people that don't watch it. And these are things that I want I want you guys that watch this, I want you guys to think about these. I want you to think, why is the world the way it is? Like these are questions I just think about on a daily. And then, why do we act on emotion? Right? Those are two questions I just answered. So these next ones are, how do you create a weak man? I kind of did answer that in the same conversation, but how do you create a weak man? Right? You create him. You don't give him a challenge. You don't give him a challenge. You also demonize him, right? You demonize his worth. You don't give him any control. You make him feel powerless, and that's what porn does. That's honestly what modern marriage does. That's what everything in our society right now is built on, is to demonize men. And it's created weak men, and to complain about, oh, how bad, oh, there we go. Yeah, and like we can complain about it all day that there's weak men here and there's weak men there, but the thing is, we've created this, and now I think there is a people are pushing over the edge to come back to some sorts of reality, some sorts of base where we can figure stuff out. But I'm not sure if it's gonna be before another war. Is war what we need for change? It seems like, even in my life, it seems like I've always had to reach rock bottom to truly change, and that's me as a personal. So is that what reality needs? Is that what the world needs? Or is the US to reach rock bottom, to lose everything that we've gained, the freedoms we've gained, the things that we fought for over the years, the diversity that we have? Go to another country, man. You don't find the diversity that you find in America. You don't. People talk about, oh, I want to go over here, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's like, no. It's like, they don't. If you're not that race, you're not that ethnicity, they don't want you there. America's one of the only countries where you can go there and be. It's normal. It's normal to, to see other races hanging out together. Honestly, and I think that's a uncultured way of Americans. It is. It is very uncultured, and it's also what's being pushed, right? So, you got BLM being pushed. You got people think about slavery and everything like it was only in America. Slavery has been around the whole world forever. At the same extent as American. That's the thing, is like, I remember learning at school, and they were like, American slavery was the worst slavery, and I was like, and then now doing research and understanding different slavery and different way people were being treated. It's like, yeah, it was bad. At the same time, you don't think the Egyptian slaves, right? You don't think those people, those people were being whipped just the same, in hot weather, and getting a little to no food, water, didn't care about if they died, right? Literally generations and generations and generations of slavery just to build certain buildings, and that's what we don't understand. We don't understand that. We think it's very American, and you know what? That's to divide us, right? That's just to divide us. And then you can't say certain things now, right? That's another thing. That's demasculizes men. You can't say this, that's that, right? You can't say this or you're homophobic, can't say this or you're racist, can't say this or you're it demasculinates men, man. But yeah, these are all stuff to think about. It's like, why are they being pushed? Why is this being pushed? How is it being pushed? What time is it being pushed? Is there something else that I should be thinking about? And this is what, and the truth is that the only way that there is going to be change in America, especially America, and all around the world, honestly, any Western culture, society in today's world, the only way there will be change is if men start being men. Because a rebellion or a revolution or whatever you want to call it is not formed by women. It's not formed by a bunch of women getting together and saying, "Oh my goodness, I want this and this." It just doesn't. It doesn't really do shit. When change really happens is when a group of men come together and they're saying, we're not going to deal with this shit anymore. You're not going to do this, this, and this to my family, right? They have that power. But if a man doesn't even feel comfortable going in his own household and saying, hey, don't do that because it's not right, it doesn't look good on the family, or this or that, then what do you think that person is going to think? Do you think that person or that man is going to think that he can go up to the government and then be like, hey, you're not going to do that anymore? No, he's going to be like, well, I can't do anything. And that's what most men think these days. And that's why they want weak men. They want weak men for that exact reason. They want weak men. They want people focused on fashion and music at this point. And in this dire time, too. Like, I'm not saying that shit's not important. I think fashion's cool. I think music is dope. I listen to music. But at the same time, when you have these things happening in the world, right? The divide, the inflation, the homelessness, the human trafficking, the drug problems. You see your world, you see your society, you see your community just going into utter flames. But they built us too weak. And I say us, like I'm included in that. Like I'm definitely am. Like they built us too weak. And this is what men need to understand. Yes, and I think a lot. I honestly think a lot more women understand this, but they don't know what they like. What do you want your woman to tell you this? You want a woman to tell you like, oh, yeah, like, that they're doing this and you need to start being a man, like that. No, like they're not gonna do that. So to understand that this all, if we take the whole conversation full circle, this is all going to come back to cognitive dissonance. And this is why we need to have this conversation. It's for that exact reason. Because we're seeing things happen. Men are seeing things happening. And they rather goof off, get drunk, do drugs, than actually try to make a change, do something that's productive, understand that there is change that needs to happen, and understanding that is their not just one right to do that, it's their duty to do it. It is. It's our duty to understand. It's our duty to build ourselves. It's our duty to protect. And if we don't do that, it's when your world goes to flames. And if it's not your world, guess whose world it's going to be? Your kids' world. And that's another thing we don't think about. We don't think about what we're going to leave behind. We only think about our lives. And it's very selfish. And it's very... Like, do you think that the richest people, like, do you think they cared only about their lives? No, the people that planned this whole thing to have weak men, to separate the families, to do all this, you think that they were like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this for me. No. They were saying, I want my family to be the most powerful family that they can be. I want my name to be the most... And so, in a sense, it is selfish, like I said it earlier as well. Like, everything we do is selfish to a certain extent. But no, they were thinking, no, I want my kids to not have to work. I want my kids to rule as well. And that's the thing, is like, A man's job and power is to leave a legacy behind. But if they trick you into just wanting to party, and they trick you into not caring about things of importance, and not caring about what you leave behind in this world, and only caring about sex, drugs, and money, right? Like, do you think the highest people care about money? Hell no. They don't give a shit about money, man. That's the thing is, but they're can continue to rule the world, and they're gonna continue to pull this agenda. They're gonna continue until we say something. Until we say something, and that's the thing is, they're gonna continue to do it, and it's gonna be a continuous cycle until they're called out completely. And when they are called out completely, what do we have to do? We have to then learn from history. Oh. And it's cognitive dissonance, man. It's doing something that goes against your beliefs, man. And when you have no beliefs, and you're built on sand, and you go with whatever happens, it's weak, it's pathetic. It is. Yeah, man. That was my little rant. I did have have some mindsets for the week, the rest of the week, and hopefully we can bring these mindsets of cognitive, understanding cognitive dissonance, and also understanding our own minds, right? Because it's about bettering ourselves, right? We can think about the world, we can think about the world problems, we can think about all that, but this channel is meant, and this page is meant for us to grow ourselves, right? You grow yourself, I grow myself, we just grow ourselves. It's not about me being right, it's not about me teaching you. Honestly, I want people to come in here and have conversations with me. Not because I want people to look at it and be like, oh, look at me. No, I'll invite people in here. But I think we just need to start having conversations with each other about this stuff, because it grows all of us. And when you start talking about it, and, hopefully I grow from you and you guys grow from me. But some things I want to read out, of these are some, like, my yesterday kind of thoughts after I read my daily journal. So it's being able to change your mind and follow the correct path is free will. That was huge. Holding on to our ego and pride is what chains a man down. To be open to understand why you have your mindset and be able to mold like water. And this was perfect for yesterday when I was going through all this. And when I was like doing research, and the days I've been doing research, was being open is honestly having free will. It is. It's being able to say, hey, I didn't believe this, but yeah, no, that does sound right. Do your own research. Okay, that's correct. I'm gonna change my mind now. And put your ego aside. Stop wanting to be correct. Want to learn. Right? Jackie Chan, man, you gotta mold like water. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday's was, life is not meant to be blissful, as we have been told. It's meant to push you to your breaking point, and then you are meant to celebrate the painful suffering you endured. This is reality. It truly is. That is reality. Reality is understanding that you are meant to go through shit. Go through shit. Want to go through shit. Want to have hardship. Want that, because that is what betters you. That is what's going to push you. That is what's going to help you reach your next goal. If you don't do that, and you just want to stay in this comfortability and, always stay with this little netting below you, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not. You're going to be scared for the rest of your life. You're going to live in a selfish mindset. You're going to think that you deserve when you don't deserve anything. Honestly, no human deserves anything. Like, people always say, humans deserve food and water. No, we don't. Like, we don't. The thing is, like people will get food stamps for food and water, and then use their job and then pay for like a expensive car bill, internet, video games, and be good. And that's another thing. It's like, I understand that your brain is hardwired to take the easiest path and the path of least resistance, because we've had to for centuries, right? We couldn't exert too much energy. We didn't know when we were going to eat next. Blah, blah, blah. We all know the story. Yeah, so understanding that we have the conscious decision now to actually choose what we endure. Choose whether or not we want to endure X, Y, and Z. And that in itself is the biggest privilege we have been given as humans. And we're just squandered it. Like, we're just squandering it away. Like, it doesn't matter. And that's a huge thing people need to realize is the difference of how we have developed as humans and how we are going to continue to develop, right? Because soon it's going to go two ways. The world's going to go two ways, bro. You're going to have the people that are doing like selfishness, not growing themselves mentally, physically, spiritually. They're gonna be wiped. Like, they're not gonna survive. They're not gonna survive through anything. They just won't. And if they do, they're gonna be slaves for the rest of their life. And honestly, like, that's something that my kids aren't just like. I'm not gonna let my kids hit their kids. I'm not gonna let them go through that. It's just not in my DNA. Some people have that and some people don't. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I only say that right now is because you have to build it. You have to build this mindset of that I am going to be the person that gets my family out of working. That generation having to work. That generation having to work. Now, are they still going to go through trials and tribulations? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They'll go through trials and tribulations, but not trials and tribulations of money, a fake currency, something that's been made up through us, just so that we can live a more comfortable life. For what? We don't go on more adventures. We're just slaves that get paid, and we have a house that we have to pay for and then get taxed whenever rich people want to do shit. And then the rich people don't pay taxes on that. It's like, it's the whole system is just, it's dumb. And if people are going to continue living it, it's reality. I'm going to go with reality. I'm going to live in reality. I'm going to understand that's stupid, and I'm going to get my family out of it. It's simple as that. It's just, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to see where do you see yourself? Where do you see your kids? Where do you see your kids' kids? Or have you even thought about that? But yeah. Those are just like two things I really wanted to, what I thought yesterday. It's really what I wanted to talk about. And some helpful tips. Those two tips, as well as gaining silent time for yourself is just humans, not just men. If there's women, but women as well. So men and women, is gaining silent time for yourself. Understanding that you need that time to reflect. You need that time to actually be able to grow. You need that time of silence to be creative. That's a whole another topic, man. I'm gonna cut this now, but yeah. So if you can find silence, that's gonna be the goal. So the goals for this week are gonna be understand cognitive dissonance, see it in your life, right? And then also put your ego and pride aside and flow like water. You feel me? Jackie Chan, baby. And at the same time, understand the iron is sharpened with iron, that your life was meant to be rough. Your life was meant to put you through trials and tribulations, and you're meant to get through them. You are meant to get through them, or else you wouldn't be here. And the last thing is, find silent time for yourself. Be in the silence, understand the silence, be okay in your thoughts, understand your thoughts. This is the Pivotal View. I'm gonna see you guys Friday. That one's gonna be more a little more chill. So everyone have a good night and be safe. Peace.